how can people be grateful for their challenges? Even though I know you know, and I know that our biggest challenges of our past got us to where we are today.
Yeah.
How can we empower people to be grateful for their challenges when there's so much pain and suffering in their life?
If you want to see the power that you have to change your life really fast, then start doing gratitude and it will just blow your mind.
It changes everything. Again,
Yeah.
Next card I just turned to it is gratitude is the great multiplier. Set the universal forces in your favor for tomorrow. Tonight, before you fall asleep, go back over your whole day in your mind and replay each good moment, feeling genuine gratitude for each one. This practice ensures the universe will make your tomorrow a day filled with good moments and plenty to be grateful for the next day as well.
Absolutely.
And when we are ungrateful, when we are not in appreciation
Yeah.
for the good, the bad, the ugly,
Yeah.
what happens in our lives when we lack gratitude?
We're taking things for granted, which means things will be taken from us.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. When we take things for granted, they get taken from us. Yeah. Gratitude will hold absolutely everything to us in our life.
but
It
what?
will stick everything to us.
How do we be grateful when we're in suffering or sadness or loss?
I know it's really hard, but there's like suffering, sadness, and loss. That continues in that way, or there's suffering with gratitude, and the suffering gets easier.
Right.
Or there's sadness with gratitude, and the sadness begins to lift.
Mm-hmm.
Or the loss with gratitude. I know because of my mother was so grief-stricken with my father having died, and what brought my mother right out of it was gratitude.
Mm.
She was just so grateful that they got to have all of the years together that they had 5 children. There are 5 of us, and they had 5 children, that they had an incredible life, that they loved. They loved each other. It was love at first sight, and they loved and adored each other until the last moment. And she was so glad that he didn't suffer. She just found so many things to be grateful for. And this was the love of her life. But from doing that gratitude, she just lifted herself up and began to live a new life. So what happened was she reduced the
Pain.
Yeah. And the grief, because eventually it will lessen, but she just felt absolute love for everything.
Wow.
That I remember her saying to me, she's not alive now, but I remember her saying to me, I've had such a blessed life. I was like, wow, you went through a war, you went through, they didn't have, like, I came from very humble beginnings, that my parents did not have much, and yet she saw her life as rich and blessed.
Wow.
You know?
That's beautiful.
Isn't it?
A lot of it is perspective, and if we hold on to resentment or a lack of forgiveness in our life,
Yeah.
are we able to manifest and attract beautiful things if we hold on to resentment and anger and don't forgive?
I think we can still, because we're attracting every day, so I think we can still attract things, but will those things bring us peace and happiness? Not when your heart is full of resentment. Because if you're full of resentment, what you will attract is more people, circumstances, and events that will cause resentment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
that's just to show you that there's something to let go of. Everything's very beautiful. Everything's beautiful.
Can you explain that? What does that mean? Something to let go of?
So it's time to let go of that resentment. Because that original resentment is attached to some story or another that we have about somebody did something to us. And isn't it crazy that maybe somebody did, but then that we would carry that for years. And by carrying it, we keep attracting more of and more and more of it. So it just shows you how all of those religious texts and everything, they got it really right.
Yeah, of course.
When they said not to, love thy enemy and all of those things that was said, all of those things make total sense. Don't carry those things with you.
Well, that lack of forgiveness, that resentment is an energetic force that's almost attracting more of those things and resisting the abundance of peace and harmony.
It is.
When you're carrying and holding on to that anger, you're resisting peace.
Yeah. I just felt like I was the luckiest person in the world to be a part of that journey. But I know without a doubt the universe was just there. This had to come out into the world, and it was there to help at every turn.
If someone is